My dad just told me I'm not his son, and he's not paying for my college. Both my older brother and sister went to the same college I got accepted to. Dad paid for everything for them. Tuition, rent, food, their cars, pocket money, you name it. My brother graduated 2 years ago, has his own place, lives with his fiancée, has his life together. My sister already has a good-paying job, and Dad still pays for almost everything for her. I always assumed they had money put aside for me the same way. I was looking forward to talking with my parents about the next steps. Instead, I was met with a story about my mom's cheating, how I am the result of her affair, and how my dad is not willing to support me anymore moving forward. Dad told me that Mom had 18 years to let me know and prepare me for the future, but she never did. He said it was never his place to say anything since I'm not his son, and he didn't want to interfere with Mom's parenting. Apparently my grandparents knew I wasn't Dad's biological son this whole time, but they never bothered to tell me either. My siblings had no idea. They were just as surprised as I was because there was never a hint of anything being off. I might be naive, but I always thought I had a great relationship with my dad. We go to see sports together. We go fishing together. He tutored me when I struggled with math. He's an engineer. He taught me to drive. He gave me my name, and he's always been so proud of it. It's a story he tells from time to time. I never got a single hint that he stored any resentment towards me. No, I tell you, not once in 18 years. My mom never said a word about any of this. Apparently she was supposed to have the talk with me, but she never did. All she's done since is cry and apologize, but nothing of substance. She has no idea how to help me. I feel abandoned and completely unprepared for what lies ahead. I'm not even sure I can go to college anymore. I've never had a job. I don't know how to apply for loans. I have maybe $400 to my name. I don't even know if I'm welcome in my own home anymore. I'm angry at my mom. I'm confused about where I stand with my dad. There's a man out there who is my biological father, who never wanted anything to do with me. I feel rejected, and I have no idea what to do. Do I apologize to my dad? What do I even say to him? I've been stuck in my room for days, just reading and browsing Reddit. Then I posted my story, and thousands of people responded. Financial aid tips, health insurance, phone plans, things I never even considered. And slowly, I started finding my courage. I managed to talk with my mom, but I chickened out halfway through what I had to say. The good news was I wasn't being kicked out or disowned. But then, my grandpa had a stroke, and shortly after he passed away, my situation became a secondary concern. My sister found out everything and told me not to worry. She had my back. But I needed to be there for my grandma first. The whole family was grieving, and my personal crisis had to wait. After everything settled, I finally sat down with both my parents. And here's what actually happened. What started the entire scandal was terrible timing on my part. My parents had just had a massive fight. They were talking about us, their children, and Mom said something like, "To think you wanted to split up when I came back pregnant." She meant it as gratitude for Dad raising me. But Dad took it as her saying the affair was the best decision she ever made. Things escalated, and Mom snapped back with, "What makes you think any of them are yours?" Yeah, it went downhill from there real fast. And right after that fight, my dumb face showed up asking them to pay for my college. Talk about timing. The truth is, made zero. Both my parents love me. What happened was an overreaction during the worst possible moment. Dad was dealing with Grandpa's declining health, the fight with Mom, and then I walked in with my hand out. He snapped. The money for my college already existed. My dad had a mental breakdown, not a change of heart. When I talked to my siblings, my sister raised an absolute storm. She drove here while blasting my parents on the phone the entire way. My brother was calmer, but he made his feelings known in no uncertain terms. Even my grandma stepped in. She told me that Grandpa had left money for me and my siblings, enough to put me through college on its own. I wasn't alone. I was never alone. I just couldn't see it from inside my room. Mom finally told me the full story. When she had the affair and got pregnant with me. And I'm fine. My parents started divorce proceedings. She moved in with the other man. But after a few months, he decided he wanted nothing to do with it. He kicked her out. She had nowhere to go. So my grandparents took her in because she was still the mother of their grandchildren. Eventually, Mom and Dad got back together after a lot of work. Dad took me as his own, and that's been my life ever since. The man who is my biological father is not in the picture. Mom met him in a bar, not at a fundraiser. He knew she was pregnant with his child, and he just didn't care. And honestly, I don't feel a need to know who he is. I thought about it for 2 weeks, and I have zero desire to find him. People suggested I get a DNA kit, but I'll avoid that specifically so we never cross paths. As far as I'm concerned, I have a mom, a dad, a brother, and a sister. That's my family. Period. Dad is very sorry about how he reacted. I understand he wasn't in the best state of mind, but I still feel hurt by it. I can't control my feelings, and that's okay. We'll be alright. This hasn't irreparably damaged our relationship. I am definitely going to college. The same college I always wanted. And I'll have the same experience as my sibling. But I'm also going to get a job and become more independent. Not to distance myself from my family, but so I'd never be lost if the world shifted under my feet again. Mom admits I was babied way more than my siblings, and that they should have prepared me better. She's right. But reading thousands of comments from strangers, that opened my eyes more than anything. I learned about financial aid, credit cards, job hunting, things I never needed to worry about before. I went from having my future secured to losing everything, and back again in 2 weeks. I came out of it different. I learned where I stand with my family, and it's safe to say that I am loved. My parents are human. They make mistakes. And I'll look at this as nothing more than a weak moment in an otherwise wonderful life. Thank you.